when you guys done with all your support, giving all your time and your money, remember, when you're giving money to a political candidate, there's no refund.
Yes.
So don't get mad. Don't get mad because you're going to feel cheated. You're going to feel cheated when she come out and say, "Oh, I'm not going to run third party. I'm not going to get on that debate stage," or I'm not. When they deny her access to the debate stage, even if she does have enough, you know what I'm saying, credentials and whatnot, then and she don't fight it, don't ask for no refunds. Thank RBN. That's what you do. Thank RBN for warning you.
That's such a great point that Rome makes. When this is all over and Joe Biden is the nominee again, when the sitting president is the nominee again, all of y'all can thank RBN and some of our comrades for saying, "Hey, thank you for saving $100." Because the last election, I sent in $100 altogether, but I saved $100 and I needed it because that bought me what 10 eggs, 10 dozen of eggs. So you'll be able to thank us, but let's listen to this here. And we'll listen to about 2 minutes of it. And she makes the point. I've clipped this out and you've seen it on Twitter millions of times if you follow me on Twitter.
An entirely a hypothetical point in the sense that the same instincts that lead people to think that, oh, I should run Democrat because then I can get whatever debate, airtime, whatever, are the instincts that tell you not to then say, I'm not going to support Biden. I'm going to launch a political organization of my own. Do you see what I'm saying? I mean, the two go together. I have never seen, I mean, I'm happy to be proven wrong, but I don't think it happens from a political analysis standpoint that you will run as a Democrat knowing what they are and then be play some sort of Trojan horse role in order to bring people out of the Democratic Party. It doesn't work that way. And furthermore, there's a deeper problem with that because when you run your campaign as a Democrat, what message are you telling people? Are you telling people, vote for me, even though this party, which I am going to tell you next year, I'm going to tell you how rotten this party is, but this year I'm going to run as a candidate in this party. It doesn't, you see what I'm saying? It doesn't work that way. If you're going to be really bringing working people along with you and really fight for something, you cannot do it on the basis of, I'll keep this
one ear out the
other.
other.
You do it on the basis of the full truth.
And it's funny. It's funny you say that because I think the first time I covered it, I actually made that observation in that segment at the time. I think it could have been another segment, but I think it was the initial time I covered it. So let's finish out. It's about another minute and a half.
Have the confidence in the workers that they will come with you despite the fact that maybe what you're saying is unorthodox. I never ran as a Democrat. I have repeatedly been told by all kinds of people, including some who are elected now, that, oh, you should run as a Democrat. That's the key to success. Well, no, absolutely not. And I'll also tell you that, going back to your original question about Nina Turner, AOC, and so on, I mean, the problem with all these people is that they have been Democrats and they've been progressive Democrats, but they have completely failed to challenge the Democratic elite. And so ultimately, it is a question of whether you're going to, in your campaign, not sometime later, in your campaign, are you going to have a fighting message of what kind of politics?
But she's not listening.
Because I can very easily.
So this is the point that I made. Because this is the point that I made, and I'll make it again. She's trying to say there's a different way, and Bree keeps bringing them back. No, electoralism, and it's so funny because this interview, it's about Marianne Williamson.
Yep.
But it was at the time her hypothetically. So did Bree know at this time that Marianne Williamson was running? Because if you go to the video, it's titled, "Should the Left Primary Joe Biden?" It's a picture of Marianne Williamson as the cover.
Now she's trying to pretend that no one knew.
Easily imagine.
Yeah. Here, man.
In a world where you launch your campaign, you say, I'm running on the Democratic ticket only because I want to have access to all of the benefits of running on the Democratic ticket. I need ballot access. I want to be on the debate stage. I want to be actually heard and not marginalized in the way that candidates like Jill Stein and Ralph Nader have been marginalized.
The Democratic Party won't let you, the Democratic Party, again, that's why I'm saying this is hypothetical, because if you did have a candidate like that who said, I'm running as a Democrat, but I'm running to crush the Democratic Party, I am running only to get the benefits of the logistics, but politically I am completely antagonistic to the Democratic Party's agenda, which is the Wall Street agenda, then the Democratic Party will find another creative way of keeping you off the books. They'll even pass a new bylaw in their, whatever the DNCC saying you can't attend the debates or whatever. And what I'm saying is that they can't happen. They will come up with something else.
Let's play this out.
You see, and at the time I was saying Bree is refusing to let this point go, and it was unusual, and it makes complete sense to me now. If you know that Marianne Williamson is gonna be running, it makes complete sense why she kept belaboring this specific point. And if you go to my stream, I remember going, why does Bree keep belaboring this point? Move like I felt like she was trying to make something like, oh, if somebody does a dirty break, and this is probably another reason why Bree had to sort of fib and act like she was saying dirty break, because in this video she's trying to say, what if there's a candidate that's running as a Democrat but they're doing a dirty break? This is the point that she's trying to make right here to Shama.
Because what we're juxtaposing is a world where Bernie did it pretty much what he did in 2016 or 2020, but instead of endorsing Biden after 5 days or whatever it was, he says, no, I'm going to start a new party. In a world where Ralph Nader or Jill Stein had the campaigns that they had, at the end of which they did, what they did, they continue to be obviously Green Party advocates and third party advocates, but didn't result in the same kind of political traction or movement energy or enrolling in DSA or whatever these organizations that the Bernie.
What do you mean? Bernie Sanders got exactly nothing. You see how we let the professional managerial class determine what was a successful campaign, and what was successful to them is enrollment in a DSA. Have you thought about what the DSA has been doing for the last 2 years since this enrollment? Plus 12,000 DSA members have left the DSA in the last year. Go ahead, Nick.
Well said, CJ. But remember the question I asked during my speech? Remember, Shama and the Worker Strike Back told me they're like, guys, there's going to be a lot of Democrats there, Nick. Not going to be like your crowd. I asked them, what did we get from the Bernie Sanders movement? And they all said nothing. The professional managerial class, you guys keep making this argument that the Bernie Sanders campaign was a great victory for the working class, and you guys completely made that up. What are you guys based that on?
Off of I was just off of their own success, off of their own channels, Nick. It was a great success for Rational National, who went from 40,000 subscribers to over 100 for a Humanist Report. Say all of them. That's the great success that they're talking about, that they're trying to duplicate with this recruiting of Marianne Williamson, and we just called it out.
Remember, I was vibing at the airport, guys. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. So I think it's like 45. Let's let Bree finish her point,
go ahead.
and then
I got one more last thing, and then we can wrap this
Bernie
up.
2016 campaign resulted in. And I guess what I'm asking is, why are we so confident that the kind of Jill Stein, the route that we've seen manifested before from third-party candidates, is going to be more effective than a world where a Bernie-style figure manages to capture all of the energy because they are seen and heard and resonate with a large portion of the population that is disgruntled, and then has the temerity because they are a sincere outsider. Let's say someone who isn't elected in a congressperson, neither Marianne Williamson or Nina Turner are, then went ahead and pivoted. I mean, I hear what you're saying about some skepticism. We never know what someone's going to do in the 11th hour. But it seems like the possibility that might work out seems higher than the real life outcomes.
Why does that seem higher? And I can stop it here. Why does that seem higher? From the professional managerial standpoint, they keep saying it's a higher chance. How is that when David Sirota said he's been working at the same job for 30 years? Where is this logic? You just are just saying stuff. It has no evidence behind it. Go ahead, Nick. That's my.
If you watch the clip, Chris Hedges doubled down on Shama's position.
He was nice. I mean, she was nice. Nicer.
Yeah. For the sake of time, we're gonna cut it there. But the whole conversation is Shama Sawant and Chris Hedges putting Bree on the defense and saying, "No, we don't support this bullshit." of having anyone in the Democratic Party.